would you do if you were invited to the princess's 10th birthday party, yet you had no money to buy her a gift? Well, a poor boy named Jack decides to bake her a cake. Now all he has to do is to get her to the castle courtyard in one piece. What could possibly go wrong? Clever Jack Takes the Cake is a modern fairy tale starring a determined young boy and a story-loving princess with a good sense of humor. With come-to-life adventures with trolls, dancing bears, gypsies, and a forest, it's easy to see how Clever Jack Takes the Cake by Candace Fleming. One summer morning long ago, a poor boy named Jack received an invitation to open at his cottage door. It read, His Majesty the King cordially invites all the children of the realm to the princess's 10th birthday party tomorrow afternoon in the castle courtyard. A party! Exclaimed Jack. For the princess! It's a shame you can't go, said his mother. But why not? Asked Jack. Because we've nothing fancy enough to give her, his mother replied, and no money to buy her a gift. Jack had to admit, his mother was right. He had no money, and his pockets were empty except for the few matches that he always carried. And as for their few belongings, a threadbare quilt, a pitted axe, a spinning wheel, what princess wants those? So Jack thought a moment. Aha! He said, I will make her a cake. From what? Asked his mother. From the dust in the cupboards? From the dirt on the floor? I think I've got a better idea, said Jack. And that same morning, he traded his axe for 2 bags of sugar and his quilt for a sack of flour. He gave the hen an extra handful of seed in exchange for 2 fresh eggs, and he kissed the cow on her nose for a pail of sweetest milk. He gathered walnuts. He dipped candles, and in the strawberry patch, he searched and searched and searched until he found the reddest, juiciest, most succulent strawberry in all the land. Delicious, said Jack as he plucked it from its stem. Then he set to work, chopping, churning, blending, and baking. That same night, he stood back to admire his creation. 2 layers of golden sweet cake covered in warm, buttery frosting, 10 tiny candles ringed the edge, and walnuts spelled out across the top, Happy birthday, princess. And in the center, the very place of honor, sat the succulent strawberry. What a fine gift, his mother said. Jack grinned. And the next morning, with combed hair and clean shirt, Jack set off for the castle, holding the cake proudly before him. Before long, he reached a blossom-speckled meadow. I wonder if I should pick a bouquet for the princess, thought Jack, just as 4 and 20 blackbirds rose into the air. Like a sudden swirling storm cloud, they surrounded the cake, pecking, nipping, flapping, and picking. Get back! Hollered Jack. I'm trying to take this to the princess! Ah! 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 Hollered the crows, and as soon as they had come, they were gone, taking with them the walnuts that had spelled out, Happy birthday, princess. Jack sighed and looked down at his gift. Well, at least I still have 2 layers of cake, 10 candles, and the succulent strawberry. Holding his cake proudly before him, Jack pressed on for the castle again. And before long, he had come to a troll bridge. Toll! The voice demanded, and out stepped a wild-haired troll. No one crosses my bridge without paying. But I haven't any money, cried Jack. The troll licked his lips. But you do have a cake. Oh, I'm taking this cake to the princess, whimpered Jack. You're faced with a problem, said the troll. You and your cake are on this side of the river, and the princess is on that side. And the only way to cross is through my bridge. Jack was faced with the problem. I'll make you a deal, he said proudly. If I give you half of this cake, you let me cross this bridge. Agreed, grunted the troll. Jack carefully slid out the bottom half of his cake, and as he handed it up to the troll, he crossed the bridge. Looking down at his gift, Jack thought, well, at least I still have 1 layer of cake, 10 candles, and the succulent strawberry. Holding his gift proudly before him, he pressed on to the castle. Before long, he had come to a dark, spooky forest. No birds chirped here, no squirrels chittered. Only the wind seemed to whisper, "Beware, beware." Pulling the cake closer to him, Jack pressed on through the forest. The road grew narrower, the trees grew thicker, and the light grew dimmer. Soon, it was so dark that Jack couldn't see in front of his face. "Turn back," the wind whispered. "Turn back." "I can't," hollered Jack. "I'm taking this cake to the princess." Jack carefully took out a match from his pocket, struck it on his shoe, and lit one of the 10 candles. It cast a warm glow of magical light. And he hadn't gone too far before the candle snuffed out. So Jack lit a second candle. And he too hadn't got too far before it snuffed out. So Jack lit a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, until the 10th and final candle flickered, fluttered, sputtered to its end. As the candle died, Jack reached a clearing in the forest. The trees grew wider, the road grew wider, and the sun grew brighter. Holding his cake before him, Jack said, "Well, at least I still have one layer of cake and a succulent strawberry." Holding his gift proudly before him, he pressed on to the castle. And before long, he came to a gypsy with a dancing bear. "Have you come to see Samson dance?" asked the gypsy woman. "No, I'm sorry," said Jack. "I'm taking this cake to the princess. It's really important." "Then we shall make it a quick jig," as she picked up her concertina. Oompa, wheezed the instrument. Shuffle, shuffle, kick, danced the bear, and tap, tap, tap went Jack's feet as he placed on his cake to dance with his new friends. "Hey!" cried Jack. "That bear ate my cake!" "But not the strawberry," said the gypsy. "Samson hates fruit." Picking up the strawberry, Jack was unable to speak for several seconds. Finally, he said, "At least I still have this, the reddest, juiciest, most succulent strawberry in all of the land." Holding his piece of fruit proudly before him, Jack pressed on, across the drawbridge, through the fortress walls, straight into the courtyard. What a sight! There, smack in the center of all the merry festivities, sat the princess on her velvety throne. A long line of people stretched before her. One by one they presented her with gifts, each one more fine than the last. But none of them seemed to please the princess. "More rubies," scoffed the princess. "How tiresome! Another tiara? How dull!"
"And just what have you brought the princess?" asked the royal guard.
"Well, a strawberry," said Jack. "The reddest, juiciest, most succulent one in the land."
"I must agree that it's a very fine piece of fruit," said the guard. "But I'm afraid I cannot give it to you."
"But why not?" asked Jack, shaking.
"Because she's allergic to strawberries. One bite and she puffs up like a balloon."
"No!" cried Jack.
"Yes," said the guard. "I'm afraid you'll have to give it to me."
Reluctantly, Jack handed over the strawberry. Soon, Jack found himself at the front of the line. "And just what have you brought to me?" scoffed the princess. Jack shuffled his feet and blushed. "Well," Jack took a deep breath and knelt before the princess. "Your Highness, let me tell you what happened." And he told her about how he baked a golden sweet cake just for her, and about the crows, and the forest, and the bear who loved to dance but hated fruit. "And in the end," said Jack, "I still had the succulent strawberry, but you're allergic, so the guard ate it." Jack was waiting for the princess to yawn. "A story!" clapped the princess. "And an adventure story at that! What a fine, fine gift!" And as she said that, she stood up and proclaimed, "Everyone, time for cake! And my new friend Jack will have the honor of cutting it."